This one's unique and kind of how our housing projects have gone, because this one not only has a house, but we're actually going to do street work with it in conjunction with it. So we'll be doing from Avenue A to Avenue D, I believe, on Walnut Street. So we'll be redoing that section of Walnut as well with this. But what you guys are all here today for is you guys are owners. I assume you're both homeowners and live in your houses. This first presentation here at 5:30 is going to be for the homeowners. And we're going to kind of walk you through the process that's involved with this, but and talk to you a little bit about what kind of work could be done and what steps have to happen. And we'll go over kind of some of the thresholds and everything. Then I'm going to turn it over to Gloria McDowell, who's with SCED, and SCED is our grant administrator for this project. And Gloria has worked with a number of these projects. She's been a partner with us throughout all 4 projects that we've done. But we'll kind of get into that, and I'll turn it over to you, Gloria, if that's okay.
Yes, I'm ready. You're going to put up the first slide. There we go.
Turn up the volume. Okay, make sure you talk into that, Gloria.
Okay. That's a little small for me. I'm trying to read it. So, but basically, the housing grants support rehab of owners and renters occupied residential within a target area to encourage neighborhood revitalization. And as Nick noted, what's different about this project is we're doing the street there, Walnut Street there in your targeted area. But as he stated, we're going to mostly talk about tonight is about what you need to do, provide to us, and all the different things that'll happen during the process for this grant to get your house rehabbed. So the rehab funds are awarded to the local units of government, obviously to the City of McPherson, and the minimum amount of the award is $300,000. Now that's just for the rehab. So, okay, I guess I can move it a little. Okay, that helps a little. So CDBG housing rehab grants can assist communities with the following: owner occupied, as I stated earlier, owner occupied homes or rental housing. And we also do demolition. I do not believe we have demolition on this project, correct, Nick?
That's correct.
Okay. And the land, if it's a rental, the slide is, I know you're homeowners, but rentals would require 25% local match and 15% if the owner, the landlord is low to moderate income also. So, and then the other things that are in the grant would be the demolition if they had, in which they don't. And relocation can happen it's in certain cases due to, let's say, work practices, or really even if someone is, there's a lot going on in the house and you can't stay in it for whatever reason. But that was something we can talk about individually if someone needs to relocate. Next slide, Nick. So one of the rules of the program is the state of Kansas CDBG program does require the house be brought up to a whole house HQS standard, which includes weatherization. And this is a all or nothing program. We can't pick and choose measures to complete. The guidance are set for us and we have to follow them. And that's stating that if we can't meet all the safety or the HQS requirements, then we would walk away from the house. We would not do the house. If the house is, a lot of times the house can be too expensive. So if it's too expensive, because we're capped at 25,000 on a homeowner house. So if it goes over that to bring it up to HQS standards, then we would have to deny that house.
So I'll just interject a little bit here. HQS
Okay.
standard. You're cutting in and out, Gloria.
Oh, I am. And my screen keeps going big and little. So I don't know what it's doing. There
Okay.
we go.
I
There we
was
go.
just, I was going to interject when you talk about HQS, just so people know, it's lower than the current building standard. So most of the houses we're going into are older houses. They're very basic things. It's a HUD standard, so it's not like if we were going to build a house today. So do you have working plumbing, working electricity?
I lost you. I can't hear anymore, and I lost the volume. A little. No,
Can you hear now?
there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to say anything more about HQS?
No, I think it kind of covers it. It's, it's usually typically roofs, windows, sidings, electrical plumbing, heating and cooling, that sort of stuff. Yes.
Go ahead.
Can we switch slides?
Maybe.
There we go. And as we were talking earlier, just in the last slide, it kind of shows all the things that we do address. Roof replacement, electrical and plumbing, window repairs and replacement, heating and air conditioning, siding repairs or replacement, minor foundation issues. Foundations can be a major problem. So a lot of times we deny for foundation issues because they're very expensive. And all other items that are required to meet minimum housing quality standards under HUD rules.
The most we can spend on any house is $25,000. So if you have foundation issues in a house that are going to cost $50,000 to replace, we're obviously not going to be able to do that kind of a project. So the most we can spend in any given house is $25,000.
Correct. Actually, these are some pictures of the houses that we've done out in McPherson, because I do believe this is our 4th housing grant out there. And this first house, I'm not sure which house they're showing there in the second pit. Is it the second house in, Nick? I don't even, cannot tell. That's the first. Okay, the first one maybe. But
I think it's the first
on that
house.
house, a new site. Yeah, they got new siding, placed windows, installed new gutters, replaced front door and roof structure, replaced all the water lines, both in house and crawl space, removed knob and tube wiring, painted all the rails in the back porch and painted the foundation. So that's what they did to this specific house. So there's a lot really, that can be done. So looks like they put a new sidewalk in, but that was probably something that had to do with something you guys may have been doing out there.
Yeah, that was a federal grant that we got that paid for that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. This one looks hugely different to me. So this one got new siding and painted the front porch, new gutters, replaced the 3 new storm doors, replaced windows, painted bedrooms, new electrical water heater, and new outside light fixtures. And Nick, do you got weatherization apps there that you can hand out to people too?
Yeah, I'll give to everybody here. I've got a copy of the homeowner application and the weatherization apps as well.
Right, because I wanted to point out with that also was that we do have extra funds under the weatherization program right now. If a homeowner applies for weatherization and they qualify for weatherization, let's say the house is a little over the 25,000, as we said, that we could possibly do items like a rural grant funds that we have extra funds for. So, which is a nice little cushion of money that we can, a house we may have denied, maybe I would have denied because it was it was too expensive. We could possibly still do them with the new K-22 funds we have. But you have to qualify for weatherization. Not everybody will qualify because the income guidelines are different.
They're a little bit, you can't make quite as much to qualify for SCED, but they're close.
Yeah. So you can go to the next slide. Additional services, I think we talk about weatherization, other fund sources of program may be used on CDBG housing project, weatherization services. This program may be available to some individuals who are being provided services by CDBG. And then it lists here the stuff that it's allowable under the program. And this is just straight weatherization. This does not include the K-22 funds they have. Repair and replacement of the heating system, installation of duct system, installation of mechanical ventilation, additional installation in attics and crawl spaces, air sealing measures, and other items that may be directly related to clients' health and safety. Application process, you turn in the application, and with your application, these items are very important. You provide them when you turn in your application. It says here 2020 tax returns, but right now it would be 2021 tax returns. Current utility bills for gas, electric, and water and sewer. Proof of homeowners insurance. Proof of paid property taxes, a copy of your deed, and any rental agreement if you're renting with your landlord. Other review and approval. Once reviewed and approved, an inspector will be scheduled to come look at your house, and lead assessment will follow if home passes the inspection. Work of the home will be bid out, and the work will start. And then the work will start once that happens. But the process is probably a couple months long from start. Several months long probably. Once you turn in your app and go through the whole process, and then put it out to bid, and the work anywhere from 3 to 6 months, I would say, on average. Some are quicker than others from start to finish. So does anybody have any questions regarding the program at this time?
A couple clarifications I make that I didn't see on there.
Okay.
If you want, this kind of program doesn't pay for an addition on a house. It will only cover rehabilitation of an existing structure. So things like that. We get that question a lot. Kind of put an addition on the back of my house because my family's growing. No, it doesn't work that way. And I will say there's a certain size house that fits, because think about it. If we have a giant Victorian style house that's got 50 windows on it, we can't necessarily go and replace all of those windows, and we have to do it within that amount. So it's a certain size house that is a best fit for this. When we go out and we talk about that $25,000, it's just, it's got to be able to, we got to be able to make sizable and improvements to the house. So that's just another caveat with the program.
Right, and if you're in the middle of remodeling your house in any way, like you're missing walls or that might be a reason for a walkaway also, because the house has to, you can't be missing walls and being remodeling your home at the same time.
So because I've been asked this question too, the $25,000, you can't just go and do your own improvements for $25,000. We will bid it. If you select your house, we'll do an inspection. We'll come out and do a inspection to walk through and identify what they believe. You may think you know exactly what you want done with it, but they'll come out and they'll identify what they think they can repair and what will meet the $25,000 guidance. Now, if you have specific things you want done, they may or may not. I mean, you've seen the kinds of things that they'll cover when they come out and look at a house. But what will happen is once we've selected who we're going to do, who will actually be the recipients of this, we actually have a rating system. So we'll take all the applications we initially get, we'll rate them. And, if I was to get 30 applications, I don't have enough to do 30 houses, so we'll have to rank them. But if we only get 2 or 3 applications here initially, we'll analyze each of them. We'll do the pre-inspection, we'll do the inspection, and we'll make the decision whether we move forward. And then what we'll do is they'll work up a set of things that they want done, and we'll bid them out to contractors, and the contractors will take a bid on them, and we typically take the lowest bid. And So we'll work with that contractor to do it. We have a very close following of contractors that have worked on our projects, that have done a lot of these CDBG projects. Some from Wichita, some from Hutch. I've never had one from McPherson, but our contractors are very busy here and are very specific in what they do. But so we'll actually bid it out to a contractor, and the contractor will do the work.